3, 2.
Ooh, ooh.
Hey, happy marvelous Monday, all Sunnies. I'm so excited to be here with my great friend Meredith Masony. Good morning, my queen. How are you?
Good morning. Welcome to Monday. It's the human equivalent of a software update you didn't ask for.
That's the truth. But wait, I want to know how all the Sunnies are. How was your weekend? We got to do a roll call. You know, we do this every day. So where is your sunny paradise today? Where are you watching from? Put it in comments so we can see where all the great Sunnies are. And Meredith is going to talk to us a little bit about our home, the Lab.
Powered by the Lab St. Augustine, where innovation meets imagination. I just sounded like a 14-year-old boy. A full-service digital studio turning ideas into impact right here in the heart of downtown. Lights, sound, magic. Yes, your next big thing. That's what she said. It's all under one roof.
We love them over there. RJ and the team at the Lab, where your story starts.
All right, guys, text the word Sunny, S-U-N-N-Y, to 904-227-4422 so you can stay connected to all things on the Sunny Network.
Oh, I love it. And you can also check us out on all socials. On Instagram, we've got sunnyst.johns. On Facebook, it's all one word, Sunny St. John's. And on TikTok, it's sunny.st.johns.
All right, and now it is time to grab a coffee, spill the tea. Sunnies, here's what's going down in our neck of the woods. And Davey just told me he has...
Oh, I have a really great
really
what happened
good
on the
one.
neck of the woods over the weekend. Super inspiring. So I don't know if you watched the Preakness. Did you see this by chance? I know you were very busy this weekend. But
The what?
The horse race, the Preakness.
Oh, the Derby?
Yeah, this is
No,
really
this
important
is-
to talk
which
about
one?
today.
This is
the Kentucky Derby already happened.
Right, so this is...
And the one that we wanted was journalism, and he got second.
Okay.
So here's my story. So then there's this next race called the Preakness, and
It's one of three, right?
Correct,
Okay.
because you could be the Triple Crown
Yeah,
winner,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So this is the second one. So journalism was the one that I mean I've been rooting for. Obviously, this is what we're doing, what we're studying on a daily basis. But the really cool story is nobody really liked this horse. That was the competitors.
Okay.
And you could see this. They're all lined up in the race, and journalism was on the outside, and you can see the horses are bumping into him and pushing him to the edge, and you're like, oh wow, he's really going to be bumped out of this race. Holy guacamole, Meredith, this was incredible. Like the second half, journalism turns on the energy and literally takes the race. and it just, I love the moral of the story is you just never give up. No matter what's going on in life, no matter how many times people are going to knock you out of your place, even from the outside, you can be a dark horse winner. Like, it's just, I love that story. It gave me great vibes all the rest of the weekend. Like, you know what? We can get through this. And it's anything that anyone's handling out there. I know it's heavy, but just remember that you can get to that finish line and you can absolutely be a champion. I think that was a great story.
Very Katy Perry vibes
I
of
know.
the dark horse.
I felt it. Yeah.
You felt it? I could hear it in there.
I'm
It
just
fell
saying.
out your mouth like a purse. It was wonderful.
Motivational Monday. I know it's a very
Yeah.
expensive purse. It's Louis Vuitton.
It's
baby.
Louis, baby. Yeah. So I did spend the weekend. We drove 9 hours up to Tennessee to see my son's conference championships. And unfortunately, he did not perform the way he wanted to. And he was upset. He didn't medal, which he was very close. He thought he was going to medal. And it's super stinky because he had a phenomenal freshman season. He PR'd 7 times. He got the freshman record at FIU, which is a Division I track program. And so he had this really, really great season. And then it kind of was like the air went out of the tires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he looked at us and he was like, I'm really sorry you drove all this way and I didn't do well.
Oh, no.
And I was like, buddy, we will always show up. We will drive across the country to see you, just to sit and get 15 minutes and to give you a hug. Like, it doesn't matter what happens. We will always show up. And so this morning I posted a little video on my channel that was just talking about to all the parents out there, just keep showing up. Because even if your kids don't say it in the moment, it means the world to them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they medal. It doesn't matter if they win the race. We'll always show up because it's not is it just our job, but it's what keeps us going is showing up for them, because we learn as much from them as they do from us. And probably in my kids' case, I learn more from them than they do from me.
Yeah.
But it's just important to know that you're doing a great job. I know it's hard, but bottom line, the thing that matters most in 19 years of parenting that I've learned is you show up. That's what matters. It's not what you buy for them. It's not what experience that they can have at some concert. Because my daughter's like, can we go to Coachella? And I'm like, no, we're not going
I'll
to
go
show
with
up
her.
for
We
that.
could be correspondents.
Oh, I want to
You
go.
could.
Yeah.
We go shopping first.
But the point is, you just show up.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard, but you've got this.
Yeah.
So just like Davey's Dark Horse,
Yeah.
you've got this.
Absolutely,
All right. What do we
Monday.
have?
All right, today on Sunny in the Morning, we're wading through the weird, starting with the okra and fenugreek,
Yep.
because apparently your salad now doubles as a water filtration system. Thanks, science.
I know, it's a really cool story. And over in Atlantic Beach, somebody installed Thorgard, not a superhero, just a lightning alarm with main character energy and a big man you know what.
I like
Meanwhile,
it.
Jacksonville Airport parking garage went full fireball.
What had happened, Firestarter?
Oh my gosh, we have a story on that. 50 cars, one blaze, and a lot of insurance claims.
Oh my gosh, then buckle up. We head to Brazil, where a woman turned her husband into a bean stew after fighting over porn. I'm serious. That's giving true crime cookbook. We didn't ask for the recipe.
No, and just when you thought porch pirates were the worst, an Amazon driver upped the ante by pooping
What?
on people's packages.
No.
Yeah. We can't make it up.
All that is devastating. Cookie label fail, a
Oh.
banjo-fueled hoedown in St. Augustine, and a women's program that's basically therapy, networking, and a glow-up session all rolled into one.
That's right. It's the news. It's nonsense as well, and it's painfully real. All of these stories that we have today on Sunny in the Morning, where Florida headlines go to party, and your hosts are just trying to keep it together.
I'm super excited also to have a really cool interview with our buddy Alex Barr over from the St. Johns County Public Library. We're going to get into all that right after our word from our title sponsor, the Bailey Group. The Bailey Group. They're
Yep.
ready for anything, too. They're an NFP company. Life is full of unexpected moments. The Bailey Group is here to guide you every step of the way. Under the leadership of my buddy, President Mark Bailey, they've grown from a local agency to a nationally recognized firm, offering tailored solutions for individuals, families, and businesses, with a focus of an individual health and life insurance. Look, I'm going to tell you, Mayor, the Bailey Group is the place to be.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, they're amazing.
Your package.
You're ready.
Sunnies, something delicious is brewing this week. Keeping it under wraps for now. No, we're bringing it out in the public for just you guys.
Yeah, we can't spill the tea. Oops, we just did. One lucky Sunny is going to win something sweet and spicy from one of our favorite spots in town. Who is it, Davey?
Oh my goodness, Spice and Tea Exchange, and shout out to Colleen and the team. I took my mom to the shop over the weekend. It was a ton of fun. But yeah, we've got some teas in here. We've got the Taste of St. Augustine, which is an incredible blend, a little bit of daddle in there, so you better watch it there, Missy.
Nope.
And we've also got a Spill the Tea pin, some really good, we got a Norwal tea infuser, super cool, and of course the brand new blue Hawaiian candle.
Oh, it smells so good.
So even if you're a Sunny from out of town, we're not afraid to ship it to you, boo. So get in there. And also, if you check out our Instagram, shout out to Addie for organizing this. You go to our Instagram, you tag some friends. It can also be an entry. We had a huge response over the weekend. So get on it, boos. Get this prize from Spice and Tea Exchange. Super exciting.
Yeah, and we can get that out in the mail if you are an out-of-towner, so don't be afraid to enter.
Yeah, don't get scared.
That's what she said. All right, the mystery unwraps Thursday, and the winner is chosen Friday.
Ooh, very exciting.
All right, what do we have, Davey?
All right, so we've got Mommy Dearest Monday. I'm super excited. She's bold, she's gold. And Sunny's Meet Our Mom of the Week. Today we're honoring a mama whose heart, spirit, and brushstrokes brighten every inch of our community. It's Heather Aguilera. She's an incredible lady. Here's more than just an extraordinary artist. She's a beacon of light in St. Augustine. Everybody that knows her, her vibrant murals, her creative magic can be found tucked onto walls and festivals and hearts across town. But what you may not know is the strength behind the sunshine. Just a few months ago, Heather faced every parent's nightmare. Her son was seriously injured in a terrifying ski accident. Through fear and uncertainty, Heather stood tall with a fierce grace, and we're also grateful that he's okay today. Shout out to Ocean. Through it all, she never stopped lifting lifting up others through her art, her joy, and her mama soul, which is so beautiful. Whether she's painting the world brighter or showing up for her son with unstoppable love, Heather remains what means to live boldly, love deeply, and create from the soul. So here's to you, Heather Boo. I love you so much for the bravery, your brilliance, and the beauty that you share with all of us. Happy Mommy's Dearest Monday. You are loved beyond words in this community. So enjoy your signature facial over at Panache. They're waiting for you. Give them a call, and they'll schedule it right up.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I love that that he's okay.
Yes.
Did you say his name is Ocean?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that definitely fits the vibe.
Yeah.
She sounds like such a wonderfully quirky,
Yes.
very earthy.
Absolutely.
I love the vibe.
So cool.
So so you're gonna go get a beautiful facial for that beautiful face of yours.
Yes.
And thanks to
Panache.
for the
Yes.
facial.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, they're doing great things with this Mommy Dearest Monday.
It's so much fun.
All right, so let's get into deals that steal, prices that are unreal. Sunnies, let's find those treasures our wallets can't feel. First up, we do have Kids Eat Free. Free meals. So that is your pie. Kids eat free with dining in, 7-inch pizza, 12-inch soft drink, and they get a gelato. You're going to be a hero. Cantina Louie. Kids are eating for $2.99. Island Wings, 1 free kids meal per adult entree. So if you have 3 kids, you should go there because a lot of these cap it at 2 kids.
Oh.
And some of us continued to procreate.
Yeah.
1/3 Asian house. Kids eat free with purchase of adult entree. Woody's BBQ. Kids eat free on Mondays from 3 to close. And now we've got local music.
All right, Sunnies, strum it, drum it, hum it down. Sunnies, here's the music report to make you proud on this Monday, May 19th. We got Kevin Edwards and Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5. Bones at the Tides Oyster Company at 5. We got Brett Blackshear at Trade Winds Lounge at 5. The legendary Bob Patterson at O.C. White's Restaurant at 5. Sam Passetti at Prohibition Kitchen at 6. Stu Weaver at Harry's Seafood and Bar and Grill at 6. Joe Downing, Salt Life Food Shack at 6. We got Johnson Burns at Trade Winds at 9.
I got what you were doing there. It was terrible.
I just had a pinter pause. No big deal.
So wait, is Passetti like Passetti Road?
Sam Passetti is legendary in town. He actually learned how to be a musician with Gamble Rogers. So
Really?
He absolutely is the king of
Gamble Rogers?
Yeah, Gamble Rogers himself.
Holy guacamole.
Sam is awesome. He's an amazing human being. Yeah.
All right, I just figured because Passetti is not like a. I mean, it's a name.
It's a big name.
Like
here,
you would know the name because one of my kids went to Passetti Bay, so I was just like Passetti,
exactly connected,
like spaghetti.
Passetti spaghetti.
Yeah. All right.
Speaking of great human beings, we have my buddy, Alex Barr, my favorite librarian. I have to give that shout out from the St. Johns County Public Library, in here with us, talking about some really cool things happening at the library. Good morning, Boo.
Good morning.
How
Thanks
are
so much
you
for
today?
having me. Oh, I'm fantastic.
Good. Awesome. So how are all things at the library?
Things are moving and grooving. We've got a lot of things going on.
Yeah. Are you still doing Bookmobile? What's shaking on that?
So I'm no longer directly over the Bookmobile. I still get to borrow it for events, but my new role is Community Engagement Coordinator.
Wow. Look at this. That's
Yeah.
exciting. So they put Harold George apparently on Bookmobile?
No,
I love Harold.
He did come back after his retirement. He spent
Awesome.
his 1 year away that
Yes.
he had to, and then he came back. He's now our adult services librarian.
I'm so excited he's back on the team. That's amazing.
So he
Yeah.
unretired and
He
came
did.
back.
But
He
that's
did.
how amazing it is to work at the
But
St. Johns County Public Library.
I was gonna say
Yes.
you gotta love your job if you retired for a little bit and was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back.
And he's
Yes.
not the only one. We've
Yeah.
had others too. Yeah, we can't get rid of them.
Oh, people love their books. So, what is the best part about being a librarian here in St. John's?
Oh my goodness. So I love not just being able to connect people with the books that they're looking for, but really being able to connect with people directly. So we're way more of a community center and resource hub for people. And we have so many regulars who come in, from toddlers to retirees, and it's just lovely getting to have that familiarity with them and getting to see people grow. I was a children's librarian for about 10 years before I went over into Bookmobile, and it was just incredible to see young parents with their babies come in, and now all my babies from Storytime are in middle school, and I'm really not sure how to feel about it.
So, speaking of your journey as a librarian, I mean, did you always want to be a librarian? What did that look like?
So no, I always loved books because my mom, she was always taking me to the library, the bookstore, and we just read a ton. But then when I was in college, I realized that I really, really love working with people. So I was able to kind of put those two things together when I was at the end of my bachelor's degree, and then I went straight into the master's in library science.
Can you imagine? Master's in library science.
I can't.
That's amazing. That's a lot of reading.
It's a lot of reading.
Yes.
But I have 7 books sitting on my nightstand right now. And the hard part for me is going in between each book, right? Because I'll read one this night and then because I don't have a
can't do
ton.
that. I got to go one through.
Yeah, and I don't have a ton of time. So because now somebody made me get up at 5 a.m. and to do this show. So I literally have like Let Them sitting on my desk, and like there's a couple of others that I just read or finished the.
Yearling?
No, the Friends, Matthew Perry's book.
Oh, yeah.
So sad.
Yeah.
And so anyway, jumping around is tough, right? But
Yeah.
what do people, when they come into the library and, because you said it's a community hub.
Yeah.
So what are people coming to the library for? What other events are you hosting? What other community things are you doing in the library?
So we have a ton of different things that we offer. From the littlest ones, we've got story times that are really steeped in early literacy curriculums. And then we've got STEM classes, robotics classes, art classes for all kids ages and adults, honestly. We have people come in and learn how to use different kinds of technology. They get help applying for jobs. They come in, they can listen to a lecture. They can see a musical performance, all sorts of things.
Tell Meredith about the SEED program that you guys have.
Yes. Okay. So at my library specifically, the Southeast Library, that's where I'm based out of, we have a huge old card catalog that was donated to us by Maritime Creative.
Oh, that's
Oh,
us!
yes.
This is Maritime!
That's the lab.
Oh my gosh, RJ, where are you?
Oh,
my
that's
goodness.
That's
awesome.
amazing.
That's
Sorry.
I had no idea.
Neither did we. We got so excited.
nice
Sorry.
little-
Sponsored by the lab. Yeah. We had no idea. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
we've
that.
We've got this big card catalog that they gave us, and it is now a seed library. So you can pull out the little drawers, and you've got little packets of seeds.
I couldn't love that more.
they're
On top
donated.
of, like,
Can you imagine?
honestly, what is going on with all the card catalogs around the country or the world? Because we used to have to go and Dewey Decimal System up to find that book, right?
Right,
And, like,
remember?
our kids have no clue what the Dewey Decimal
You have
System
no
is.
idea.
Or pulling a card catalog. Like, I remember my senior year doing this paper on dying with dignity, and it was whether
Nice.
or not you should like medical
Yeah.
end of life.
Light
Wow.
topic, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was my senior thing or whatever. But I remember going through and I was like, where are all these books? And Dewey Decimal.
Yep. We
Hey,
are
hey.
still using the Dewey Decimal System,
Okay.
nonfiction, but it's all on the electronic catalog.
Yeah,
and
they
not,
don't
you
have
know.
to do any searching.
No.
So,
I
like,
love the idea, though, of using that as a seed bank.
any focus on like tech things? Like, how has library kind of evolved over the years?
Oh, yeah. So we have a ton of our patrons who don't even come into the physical library. They use all of our resources electronically.
Perfect.
So on our website, we have the e-library tab, and that has all of our electronic databases, newspapers you can access for free with your library card. We've got New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, totally for free. You
See?
just log in through the library website with your library card number.
It's resources with a capital R. I like it.
A lot of people use Libby, which is our ebook and e-audio
I was
book.
just going to ask you about that. That's a killer deal
Oh, I love
because
it.
what
Who's
you're
Libby?
paying, what's the audio? Oh, Davey.
I don't know Libby.
Libby is the cute little
Yeah?
icon avatar that they have for the app.
Oh, I
don't
love
know.
it. You're going to have to show me this. I cannot
really
wait to see
cute.
Libby. I'm going to judge her on all fronts.
Okay, she's reading books to you. Don't judge her. All right.
So you've got something coming up, right? It's like a
Yes.
career fair or something. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Of course, yeah. It's coming up on May 31st. It's going to be our first ever career fair hosted by the Public Library System. It will be at the Solomon Calhoun Community Center from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on May 31st.
Perfect.
We have a ton of different employers who are coming out. Some really cool ones that I'm into are the School for the Deaf and Blind,
Nice.
Wounded Warrior Project,
cool.
the Peace Corps,
Okay.
sheriff's offices,
Doing good
school
stuff.
district. Yeah. And of course, my employer, the St. Johns County Human Resources, will be there as well because we have
Ooh.
quite a number of positions that we're hiring for too.
Because it's not easy for a lot of people to find some of these incredible positions, right? So this is a
Yeah.
one-stop shop,
It's
essentially.
a buffet.
Yeah.
It is.
And I love that. But before you go, I was wondering if you could do me a favor because I would love another event at the library, and I thought I could give you an idea.
Oh,
Yes.
here we go. Write it
Speed
down.
dating
Oh.
for Davy.
What? No.
Where we
oh my
do-
God, no.
Yes.
Ew. We had me at seeds.
So I just thought we could organize something.
Yeah,
And
sure.
it'd be like, like get Davy a date. Da, 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 da.
right.
And we can do it all at the library,
Look at
community center, because we'd
that.
be helping the community.
Do you have 50 Shades of Grey in Swahili? That's what I would prefer to reading at this moment.
All right.
That's fun. Okay, so also summer reading, real quick.
Yes.
What's going on with that? I love a book in the summertime. So what are we reading? What's the
Fantastic.
deal?
Yeah, so summer reading begins on June 1st, runs through August 2nd. It's really for all ages. So we want to get the whole family involved, retirees, everybody.
Cool.
And we have over 100 events that are scheduled for summer reading. Yeah, that's
gosh.
just in June and July, from live animal encounters to we're going to have robotics classes.
Okay.
We're going to have like
Are you going to get a
everything.
Cuckoo-crumba?
Quadamundi. she
A
means.
Quadamundi.
I have no idea, but we have quite a few different ones at our different libraries.
That's going to be
Oh, wow.
exciting.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so thrilled. And you get rewarded for reading as well. So we've got free summer reading logs that kids can pick up just at the library. They just got to pop in.
Do I get a personal pan pizza? I love a booklet.
I know. I think are they doing that now?
They should be.
We've got to bring this back, Alex. We
Right?
have to figure out how to partner
We
with
have
a
to
local
advocate for it.
Pizza
Some-
Hut or something.
Yes.
Somebody
Agreed.
needs to do like a
Girl,
little
I would
booklet.
read
be
more
lovely.
if I
Yeah.
could get free pizza.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Personal pan, baby.
All
Personal
ages,
pan.
not just for the kids.
Right.
We
So
need
what
it
are you
too.
reading right now? Give us a little dirt. What's
my
the dirt?
Goodness. Okay, so I recently finished my first 5-star read for this year. It was called When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. She normally writes children's books. This is her debut adult novel, and I'm normally not so much into fantasy. However, this one takes place in like 1950s America, and they have this event called the Mass Dragoning, where a bunch of women all of a sudden just turn into dragons. They
Oh.
kill a lot of people on their way out. And then the rest of the country just kind of pretends that it didn't happen. And so there's this main character named Alex. Love it.
Hey.
Who's looking into the mystery because some of her family members are the ones who took off in over time. And it has a bunch of powerful women. There's a really incredible librarian.
Okay,
who is
well,
like my
okay. Did
favorite
they write this about you?
character.
Yeah.
Right? So I highly, highly recommend it. It was just moving.
Awesome.
Loved it.
One more time on that title.
It was When Women Were Dragons.
When
by
Women Were
Kelly Barnhill.
Dragons.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm already
Highly
one.
recommend.
So
I love it.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
love that. I love the book. I thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
Thanks for having
don't
me.
forget, guys, about the community job fair,
Mm-hmm.
summer reading coming up. We cannot promise a book it situation, but we'll look into
Possible,
it.
maybe.
Yep, it's a possible maybe. And yeah, thank you so much for coming, and we can't wait to have you on again so you can tell us about the next big thing.
And where can people follow and find out all the great things about St. Johns County Public Library?
Fantastic. So our website, sjcpls.org. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, under St. Johns County Library.
Love it.
Got it. Put it in comments for you too, Boo.
Thank
So good to see you.
you.
Have
Good
a
to see you
sunny
too.
afternoon.
You
So
too.
fun.
Bye.
Yay! What's
All
she
right.
great? I told you, favorite librarian.
Wonderful.
Love
Absolutely
her.
wonderful. And I, like I said, have been a dragon for many years, so I'll have to check out that book.
Yeah.
But coming up, we have Skin and Bones, Bluegrass Banjo, and a little bit of boot scootin' because nothing says summer like an Appalachian banjo champ and a good old-fashioned square dance.
Zhong-a-long-a-long-a-long-a-long.
Oh, my.
Spotify wrapped up includes fiddles, hog calling. Congratulations, you found your people. Skin and Bones, Bluegrass Banjo, and a little bit of boot scootin'. On Thursday, June 5th from 1 to 2 p.m. at the Waterworks for Words and Music, Skin and Bones. It's a free midday concert that'll have you clapping, singing, and possibly questioning your two-step abilities.
Yeah, featuring Tommy Bledsoe,
Ew!
Joy Delia,
Yep.
and Kathy O'Donnelly.
Perfect.
It's part string band, part bluegrass, part scout camp nostalgia.
Oh, it's so good.
It's even a chance to learn a simple square dance Davey will judge you, though.
Yeah, of course you know me.
Yeah.
Did we mention there's free parking? Because that's almost as rare as Tennessee hog calling champion, which, by the way, Tommy is.
Of course he is. Bring your rhythm or just your curiosity. Either way, you'll leave smiling and possibly humming something with the banjo.
I love it. And that's also part of the Romanza Festival. So super cool. And it's air conditioned. So go up and check that out.
All
Hey,
right.
coming up next, we got Circle of Creation, where women gather to grow, glow, and giggle.
Because who says personal development can't come with a side of laughter and some sass? Circle of Creation, where women gather and grow.
All right. Mark your calendars for Thursday, May 29th, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Link in Ponte Vedra Beach. Host the next session of Circle of Creation Women's Program.
Yep, it's a 7-session series that's all about empowering women through dynamic discussion, inclusive learning, and a touch of humor. You can get those tickets at Eventbrite.
Nice. Whether you're looking to enhance your career, build meaningful connections, or just enjoy a night out with like-minded ladies, this program has something for everybody.
And let's be honest, it's the perfect excuse to wear those fabulous shoes that Davey's been collecting.
I know. I love them so much. I dust them off every day.
Yeah.
For more details, reserve your pride. Go to Eventbrite page and you'll see all the details there.
All right, that sounds like an exciting one.
Yeah.
So it's time for the weather.
Thank God.
All right. Rain or drought, despair is about. Behold the cursed weather report. If you're wondering what Florida is cooking today, it's you. So let's check out the forecast. And you guys can contemplate how many outfits you're going to sweat through this week.
3.
A high of 93, sunshine so bright it'll make you rethink your black t-shirt. Low of 72, which won't feel like relief because it's always going to be moist and damp. Pollen count is basically weaponized, so if your eyes feel like sandpaper and your sinuses are auditioning for a horror film, congrats, it's spring. And yesterday it felt like the first day of summer.
Yeah.
It was 98 degrees yesterday
Yeah.
at 2 p.m.
Tit sweat. Yep.
Yeah, and if you're crying on your morning walk, double check. It's probably not menopause, it's oak pollen. But
Yeah.
it could be both if you're me.
Or low T for men.
Yeah, or low T for men.
Just saying.
So let's hop into that fishing report, shall we? Lines, tangles, facts mangled. It's my expert fishing report. I can't even believe we call it that still.
You're so great.
Start your week at the Matanzas Inlet. Redfish are biting because why not? Use mud minnows and jig heads.
What? Is that a thing?
That sounds
What's a jig head?
that sounds like an arrestable offense. High tide hits at 1:16 a.m., so you've missed it. Low tide is at 1:15. Plan accordingly. This week, you're going to expect moderate tidal coefficients. Is
Okay.
this geometry?
What's
Apparently-
happening right now?
High tides are generally in the early mornings and late afternoons, so you need to set an alarm clock or you will sleep through it. I thought we could do something fun in the fishing report and just give you guys some bait basics because I knew none of this. And every time I'd read it, I was confused. So redfish like mud minnows or live shrimp. They're going to shake their heads at anything else. Flounders like spinner baits or chartreuse skirts, which Davey also likes.
Yes.
Speckled trout want live shrimp or a popping cork. So they like to go to bin 39.
Aha.
Sheep's head only want fiddler's crabs, which are not an STD. And mangrove snapper like cut shrimp because apparently they don't know how to cut up their own food or they like a good squid.
Oh, wow.
All right.
And now a word from our feature sponsor at Maracuya.
Sunny St. John's was practically poured into existence over a cup of community sunshine, and now that sunshine lives at Maracuya.
And they're named after the passion fruit. Maracuya is more than just a name. It's a feeling, a rare, radiant flavor, a story steeped in heritage.
Guys, they don't just make coffee, they create handcrafted works of art located at 260 West King Street.
Maracuya isn't just coffee, it's culture. A slow sip in sunshine, a bold hello to the day. Sunny St. John's is fueled every day by Maracuya. All right, what do we have today?
It seems Jacksonville International Airport decided to add a little sizzle to their parking experience.
Sizzle? More like a full blown out cookout. Welcome to Jack's Parking Garage Inferno, when your carpool turns into a barbecue.
Yeah, so on May 16th, a vehicle on the third level of the hourly parking garage caught fire, leading to a blaze that damaged at least 50 cars and caused a partial collapse between the second and third level.
Talk about a hot mess. The garage is now closed indefinitely while they access the structural damage.
So if you're heading to Jack's, maybe consider ride share because you're not going to there's going to be extremely limited parking. So let's get into this. So the fire broke out on May 16th. What I will tell you is that my husband and son were at the airport in that parking garage when the fire started.
Oh my! Here we go.
My son was being picked up from his week off fishing with my brother, and he turned to my husband and said, "Is that a fire?" And in fact, it was. When they went to thankfully, when they went to leave the parking garage, although they had black smoke and it was insane, they were able to get out just in time right before they shut the airport down. It was insane, Davey. I mean, look at this. The
fire spread rapidly, affecting approximately 50 vehicles. The intense heat led to a partial collapse between the second and third levels of the garage. God, that's scary, man.
It is.
You said you actually know somebody whose car got,
we
pretty effed up on that.
We do.
Yeah.
They got photos of their car, and
Jeez.
it was, all of them were, you just see the frames.
Yeah.
Of the vehicles. No injuries were reported,
Thank
but
goodness.
many vehicles were damaged. It's going to be a huge insurance claim. And what I'm waiting to hear from the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department is what started it.
Well, that's going to happen later today around 11 a.m., so we will definitely be on this story and give you some updates.
Yeah, so we will update you on what the cause of the fire was as soon as we get it. So that I'm going to guess that's probably how we'll start tomorrow's show.
Yeah. All right, so this next one we have when raisin turns rotten, a cookie catastrophe. A snack so innocent, it has its own aisle. And this time, it has deadly consequences.
This is a very, very sad story. It starts with a mislabeled oatmeal raisin cookie and ends with a lawsuit. Not a good one. It does not involve free pastries.
No, a 78-year-old woman in Washington picked up what she thought was a raisin cookie, but surprise, it was loaded with peanuts, an allergen that typically proved fatal. Or tragically proved fatal.
Yeah, 78-year-old Peggy Bryant purchased what she believed was an oatmeal raisin cookie. Cookie was obviously incorrectly labeled. Here's the thing. So this was at a Safeway grocery store. She experienced anaphylactic shock and ended up passing away. But here's the thing that people have to really watch. A lot of the time, these products will be labeled, and even if they don't have peanuts in them, this is something that I love about what the food safety does. They will say, produced in a facility that also has nuts and other allergens. Because look how important that is.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, this woman died.
Right. This is crazy. Peggy's family described her as active, joyful, and cautious with food due to her allergy. The loss was described by her family as entirely preventable. So this isn't just Safeway anymore. It's just Way.
Yeah.
The story sparked outrage among the food allergy advocates and consumers nationwide. I assume so. This is just a hot mess. Poor thing.
So the FDA did weigh in and said, basically that these stores absolutely need to be providing, obviously, the proper labeling, but also, like I was saying, that these factories produce so many different things. And even if that cookie doesn't have nuts in it, which this one did, I'm saying even if it didn't, if it comes, some people are so sensitive, it could come
airborne.
It could come in contact and therefore also have fatal consequences.
Nut spores in the air. I know.
It's a real thing. I mean, I remember one year with one of my kids, there no peanut butter allowed, period. And so sandwiches had to be with nut butter.
Then they said peanuts on planes.
Yeah, they don't. That's why they don't do peanuts on planes anymore because of airborne allergens.
Wow.
And I love how some comics are like, these allergens were never even a thing before. Look at, and that's because people died from them and nobody knew why.
Right, exactly.
So it's not that peanut allergies or these other allergies didn't exist. It's that they couldn't identify them and you didn't know what was happening. So look, I've got a lot of allergies, so I get it. So very, very sad, and prayers to the family who lost their mom and grandmother to a completely avoidable situation.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna segue into About Face, one of our featured sponsors.
When your skin needs a refresh,
Or you just want to feel like your most confident self.
About Face Aesthetics is our go-to.
These skin queens on the beauty scene know exactly how to treat you right.
From facials and skincare to injectables and glow-ups, they've got the magic touch.
And they make you feel seen, heard, and radiant from the inside out.
Ready to put your best face forward?
Say hello to About Face. Book your glow up today at aboutface.guru. All right. Hey, Mel, what's going on in comments there this morning?
All right, so we have a couple comments on people's favorite cookie. We have chocolate chip. We have peanut butter. So here's some good tips. This one, Amber is saying, because I asked if they have allergies, like what do they do? And I didn't know this, but there's peanut oil in Subway bread. So Amber's husband won't eat there anymore.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either. And they read the ingredients, things like that. They cook things at home, and there we go.
Wow. Thanks, Mel, for that
You're welcome.
update.
I would have never ventured a guess of peanut oil in Subway bread.
No. Shocked?
But that's the whole thing is these things can be so hidden and you don't know. So obviously if you have allergies, food, reading the ingredients, food labels are so important. But yeah, let's get into the Gen Z report.
Yeah, what are they saying today?
So Slay or Nay, Sunnies, here's what Gen Z has to say. Why? Because we're trying to keep up. Today's word of the day is sus.
Yep, I know it.
You know it. It means suspicious.
Suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay, so using it in a sentence, why are you being so sus?
Yeah.
Why? Why are
Yeah.
you being so sus?
Sus. Have
Yeah.
they said that? Have the kids said this to you yet?
I wouldn't say that I'm super suspicious
No,
in general,
you're
but
pretty
I will.
face value.
You know what I'm thinking.
Yes,
My
child.
face doesn't
Yeah.
hide it. But I have asked my kids, why you being so sus? Because I knew this one too.
Yeah.
So just trying to keep up with the rest of you.
Yeah. It's not so sus.
Yeah, so you're not so sus. All right, time for the Farmer's Almanac. Moon's in bloom, tides in tune. Sunnies, here's your daily dose of the Farmer's Platoon. It's Victoria Day.
Hey.
Which is basically May 24th, 18. Wait, today's not May 24th. May
Okay.
20. I oopsie poopsied.
Coming up soon.
May 20 is now May 20, whatever. I don't know what day it is.
The
It's
19th,
the 19th.
yeah.
Okay, so at some point it's going to be Canada's birthday. It's the birthday of the Queen Victoria. I don't know where I got this information.
Could be very special on that day.
But they do. It's basically in the early 1890s, the day was known as Empire's Day, and they changed it in 1947. And it is celebrated all over Canadian provinces except Quebec.
Yeah, they want to be their own country.
Well, they're French.
Yeah.
It is also St. Dunstan's Day, which is in traditional weather lore. It was a great brewer who sold himself to the devil
What?
on the condition that the devil would blight the apple trees to stop the production of cider.
Oh,
His
I get
rival
it.
drink.
I get it. Wow.
You have a comment, Mel?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were talking about the Gen Z report, so I'm asking them all to use sus in a sentence.
Oh, good.
Rachel says, it's sus how Davy is still single.
Oh,
Ooh.
Rachel.
We're going to fix it, though, with the library.
Yes.
Poor Rachel. Jeez.
All right. Question of the day. I'm intrigued by the idea of a cutting garden, but I'm uncertain how one keeps such a garden generating new flowers. The advice is different gardeners have different ideas about what cutting means, but generally it includes unpretentious rows of flowers, adding large vegetable gardens in so that the soil turns over.
Okay.
I will be doing none of that.
None?
No, if I want some flowers or produce, I will just go to one of the farms in Hastings.
That's true.
I am
Great
not
idea.
gonna
Get
do
your own
any of that.
Shasta daisies out
or
there.
go to the library, get your seeds from the seed bank.
True story. Free. Get that library card. Hey, we've got, what do we have here? We have home.
It's advice of the day.
Oh, advice of the day. To know the road ahead, ask those coming back. We've
That's a
got
good one.
Home hint of the day. Here we go. Okay. Never fertilize a lawn when your grass is wet or even damp. If you do, the fertilizer will burn the grass.
Oh, so this is something you do when it's not wet as opposed to something you do when it is wet.
True. Yes.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Word of the day is hail. Hail falls mainly in summer. Did you know that?
No,
Yeah, because I guess in the winter it's just snow.
that would make sense now. That would make sense, Captain Obvious.
Did you know the moon is always there?
Yeah, she is.
I didn't know that until recently.
What?
I was like, how come she back? It's
She's-
daytime.
She's the moon.
She's the moon.
Puzzle of the day. How do you mend a broken jack-o'-lantern?
I don't know, Davey.
With a pumpkin patch.
You're done. All right.
Hey, who had
died?
kicked the bucket today? Anne Boleyn. God
Ooh.
bless her. Second wife of Henry VIII, 1536. Robert B. Thomas, founder of the Old Farmer's Almanac. Maybe they got
Yay.
today's day right. Nathaniel Hawthorne, 1864. Oh, then the Queen.
Yep.
Jackie Kennedy Onassis, 1994.
Love her.
U.S.'s first lady. Who was born today? Johns Hopkins, philanthropist in 1795. Malcolm X in 1925. Nora Ephron, 1941. And Pete Townsend, 1945.
We can keep moving.
Yeah, events.
right.
We've got some great weather. Who cares? Golf ball size hail again destroyed 80% of the crops in northwestern Texas in 1987.
Oh, that would be a bad one.
Yeah. And now a quick word from Old Town Trolley.
If you're looking for the best way to see St. Augustine,
And you want history with a side of hilarity.
hop on board Old Town Trolley.
It's our favorite way to explore the nation's oldest city without taking 10,000 steps.
You'll hear ghost stories, local legends, and fun facts you'll definitely repeat later.
Plus, you can hop on and hop off at all the best spots. Food, shopping, history.
Check, check, and check.
So grab your Sunnies and a sense of adventure.
And ride with Old Town Trolley today. In Brazil, a domestic dispute escalated into a crime so disturbing it has stunned even veteran investigators.
Yeah, Sunnies. Police say a woman murdered her husband allegedly after an argument over his pornography use and then dismembered his body, placing a part of it in a traditional bean stew.
The suspect reportedly confessed and is now in custody. While the story sounds something out of a horror film, officials are treating it as a deeply troubling case of domestic violence.
Yes, no relation to Elena Bobbitt, right?
No.
All right, so here we go. Well, let's dive into this one. So the crime took place in São Gonçalo, Brazil, a city in the Rio de Janeiro metropolitan area. What was the suspect all about?
He was identified as a 34-year-old male allegedly murdered, or the 34-year-old woman allegedly murdered her 45-year-old husband, Andre Augusto.
Oh.
Police say the killing was followed by a heated argument over him watching pornography. After the murder, this is terrible. She allegedly dismembered his body and then used it to cook his
Junk.
junk
Mm-hmm.
into a bean stew.
Wow. Well, I mean, that gives beanies and weenies a new...
No, don't.
day. Okay.
Davey.
Don't.
I don't like that dish anyway. The couple reportedly had turbulent relationship and a history of conflict.
Really?
Obviously, yeah. A psychological evaluation is expected to be a part of the investigation. Wow, this is hot passion.
So here's how this, and she didn't cover this up really well. She was texting people after the crime, family and friends, to say, "I'm free, justice has been done."
Oh my gosh, this is something else.
Sometimes you
What?
watch these like true crime, like, because this is obviously going to be a documentary at some point. There's no way it's not.
Yeah.
But obviously the woman was mentally unstable. They had a turbulent relationship from the beginning, apparently, but didn't try to cover her tracks.
No. she
Like this
definitely-
was, so clearly this was premeditated, and then she just was giving up information.
That's just not right. Yeah,
listen.
this is
That's
crazy.
crazy.
If there's something going on in like pornography where there's things you can do other than like murder someone and
Uh-huh.
boil
I would
them.
say.
Like, I don't know, counseling, we have plenty of that, maybe.
I-
Just a thought.
I
just
gotta
thought,
ask a
lady.
Davy Dippy question here. Are
Okay.
you so pornography, married? That just doesn't. It can't happen, right? Or is it? Do you have to watch it together? What's the rules there? I don't really know.
It's
Right? I know it's awkward.
a
but,
morning show, Davey.
well,
but
I mean,
here
we're
we
talking
go.
about it. It's a question out there.
I'm
Is
for-
that cheating if your
no,
spouse is watching
I don't.
porn?
Here's the thing: everybody's going to have their own opinion on it.
True.
I've been married. We'll be married 22 years this year.
That's 107 in gay life.
Okay, that's
Newlyweds.
107 in gay life. My take on it is it could absolutely be a Friday night, date night couples activity. Whatever
Sure.
floats your boat. It's
Uh-huh.
up to you. If you're totally against it, I feel like that's something that you have to have a conversation as a couple.
Yeah.
I think if one person isn't okay with it, then
That's
you
good,
have
yeah.
to.
I
have
do
a
feel like,
conversation.
okay, so this might be an unpopular opinion, but everybody has their vice, right?
Right.
Some is pornography, some is like they like
Drinking.
IPA beer, or
Right.
like mine. I like wine and I like shopping. Those are my vices.
Right.
But you have to know when your vice becomes a problem, and
Yeah.
then when it becomes a problem, don't murder somebody over it.
Oh.
Get some help.
Okay.
Right. Good
Epic
call.
behavioral health care.
Mel's advice
You
number
like that
one.
plug?
Love it.
Don't murder someone.
Don't be an episode of Snapped on Oxygen.
Oh, this could totally be one.
Ugh. Well, all right, we'll segue out of this one. Well, hold on to your gumbo pots, folks. Our next story is about okra and fenugreek, the dynamic duo against microplastics is stirring things up. This is cool.
So this is so freaking exciting. I
Okay.
know a lot of people are not going to think this is exciting, but let's dive right into this because this is huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so researchers at I don't know if I'm going to get this right. Tarleton
Yep.
State University in Texas discovered that natural extracts from okra and fenugreek can effectively remove microplastics from water sources.
Wow.
This is huge. Ask me why, Davey.
Okay, why?
Because we don't want to ingest or wear or have microplastics in our bodies. And the problem is they get dumped into the water. They get dumped into our food. They get dumped into our bodies. I read an article, 2.5 teaspoons of microplastics end up in our brain after years of use.
That explains a lot for me.
Yeah.
So the combination of equal parts okra and fenugreek extracts reached a maximum removal efficiency of 70% in 30 minutes. Wow, who knew okra was like a sponge?
So these plant-based methods outperformed polyursithromythricide, a synthetic polymer commonly used in wastewater treatment. So what they're trying to figure out is if you can then take these two together and create a you introduce them into the water to absorb those microplastics. So they said that the fenugreek excelled in groundwater, and the combination of the two worked best in fresh water.
Wow.
So obviously, this is all a study of I don't even know what, like
Environment.
right? It's environment, but I mean like for these water treatment plants,
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out how do you stop it from the source that gets to the people or the animals. Right? Like we're talking as a whole. This blew my mind.
This is like straight out of Captain Planet.
It was founded by the U.S. Department of Energy.
Oh, okay.
So the innovative approach aligns with the growing interest in sustainable, eco-friendly water purification methods, which I
loving
totally stand behind because we have created and have a brand of laundry detergent, waterless laundry detergent that has zero microplastics. Because the laundry detergent that you're using most likely has those in it, and it's going into the water, onto your clothing, and into your bodies. And I'm just saying, laundrylady.co, don't.
Do it. I love it. And all of us are using it. We love it.
All right.
And I've got a good water specialist in my world. I'm going to ask Joy about this and see if we can get some insight. This
I
would
love
be
it.
super cool. All right. And now a quick word from Great Expectations Realty.
It's so important when you're going through a transition like that to communicate what is most important when you're looking for your new space. So for some people, it's the features of the home, but for a lot of people, it's so much more than that. It's the features of the neighbors or the community, or whether it's an HOA or a non-HOA. There's a lot of, moving parts to that type of transition.
Dave.
Coming up next, special delivery when dropping off a package takes a whole new meaning because the gift that keeps on giving is not what you ordered.
Uh-oh. The joys of modern convenience, where your doorstep becomes the final frontier for both your parcel and personal defecation relief. Let's unwrap this tale of unexpected deliveries and even more unexpected deposits.
My God, shadooby-dooby, yeah, shadooby-dooby don't. An Amazon delivery driver in Woodland Hills, Los Angeles, was caught on home surveillance cameras defecating and urinating on customers' properties while delivering the packages. What is she doing? The first incident, the driver was seen walking away from the home, pulling up her pants after going caca on the bottom step of the outdoor staircase. Approximately 30 minutes later, what had happened?
The same driver was caught on another home security camera urinating
had to
inside of a
go.
wooden gate, seemingly staring directly at the camera.
That's defiant.
Do you know what that reminds me of? You know when you lock eyes with your dog and
Yeah.
they're pooping
Yes.
and they're just like staring at you?
yeah.
And you're like, why are you looking at me? Stop. But they just keep going. What is going on here?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, maybe it's microplastics.
It might
Oh,
be.
first of all-
Microplastics in there.
First of all, you know there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to know
Yeah.
you're going to get caught because she was locking eyes.
She did
So
it on
that-
purpose. That's on purpose.
This
like,
was out of
I
spite.
don't like my job. Guess what?
This was really out
But
of
what does
spite.
that have to do with the people she's...
Listen, if you don't like your job, find another one. It goes back to if your partner's doing something you don't like, don't kill him.
Yeah.
Wow,
Divorce.
Mel is a
Leave.
plethora of
I
advice
got the
today.
knowledge today, guys. Stick
But,
with
but
me.
wait, what I want to know is Woodland Hills a very affluent area in Los Angeles?
Ish.
Is it rich or is it
It's
like
okay.
Ish.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
rich-ish? Okay, because I was wondering if it
Upper
was like
middle.
a vendetta against the people
Could
of
be.
the area.
Could be.
Is this a vendetta against Amazon? Because I feel like if it's against Amazon, poop in the truck.
Yeah.
Don't poop on the person's porch.
This was definitely, yeah.
This feels like it was against the people.
Yeah. It does. It seems like
Doesn't
maybe
it?
she had
It's
like,
like
a
a personal attack
Yeah.
on the company.
plethora of like insults or something to her, and maybe this was her vendetta to get back. I don't know.
Well, and this incident raised questions online about the pressure and the working conditions faced by these delivery drivers. So people are saying it's split in the comments. It was half of the people saying this is an Amazon FU because
Yeah.
she's looking right into these cameras knowing she's going to get caught.
Yeah.
Which quit your job. But
That's
I
what I
also
said.
feel like these Amazon drivers, holy crap,
They're
Yeah.
run
No pun
ragged,
intended.
man. Like,
they are.
Yeah.
Which is I always try to leave. And I should do it all year. I don't know why I do it just at the
for the
holidays.
snacks.
And waters, but I should be doing it all year because it's not like I only order during holidays. I'm an
Especially
a-hole.
in the summer. My girlfriend does that, Brandy. She does that.
Yeah.
She puts out, she has like a table with bottled waters and stuff. And
That's
snacks.
nice.
I'm doing that. I'm starting to do that moving
Then maybe
forward.
they won't
with
take a
a
crap on your patio
Well,
more.
Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, first of all, I'd probably blame Kiki.
True.
Until I realized it was a human-sized duty. I'd be
Well,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
You got to see if it's
I
solids
can't.
or not.
Okay.
Well,
is this a farmer's doggy poop? It doesn't look like it.
I mean, I know the. Yeah.
It would not be a farmer's doggy poop.
Yeah,
know.
those are pretty poops.
That's good. That's good stuff
Well,
there.
from Los Angeles to Florida, you've officially summoned the Thor Guard, Florida's newest Avenger. And no, it's not Chris Helmsworth, unfortunately, with a lightning bolt on his chest. It's,
Oh, I thought it was going somewhere else, Davey.
it's a very fancy weather tech.
Okay. Atlantic Beach just installed lightning prediction systems that warn people before a bolt even hits, which is
wow.
wild because I can't predict the weather. Just look at my weather report.
Oh, let's go to the one-sheeter. Here at Atlantic Beach, Florida has installed a new Thor Guard lightning prediction system to enhance public safety. These devices analyze electrostatic energy in the atmosphere to predict lightning strikes 8 to 20 minutes before they occur.
So I didn't realize that this wasn't a thing over there yet because I've known about these lightning detectors for a long time with sports facilities or like the local community pool. Like the alarm sounds, you know it's time to get out or they have to go inside. But I didn't even think about it being for the beach.
Yeah.
Because come on, that's smart, right? Like you're
Right.
out on the beach. I hope you have sunscreen on and you're under an umbrella because skin cancer. But you should not be under that umbrella on the beach in a lightning storm.
Right.
And sometimes in Florida, especially, it can look beautiful and then 2 seconds later, boom.
It can roll up on you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. When a potential strike is detected, a 15-second horn blast and flashing strobe lights. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's like music video documentary hour. Alert people to seek shelter. So now new units have been added to the Ahern Beach access point and Jack Russell Park.
Well, and then a local dad, Ron Hohenstein.
Hey ho.
Hey, believes the audible alerts are really going to convince children to leave the playgrounds during the storms because kids don't listen to their parents when they're like, we need to go in, it's going to rain. And they're like, no, F you. This is like beep, beep, beep. So maybe.
Well, listen to me. Back in the day, our parents taught us. I mean, Smokey the Bear, he was fierce for me.
Yeah.
Only you can prevent forest fires, right?
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll. Another one I listened to as a kid. What did we do back then that got us to listen? We just have to keep repeating it into the narrative, parents.
Okay. And how often did you stop, drop, and roll, Davey?
Oh my God! Even when there wasn't a fire, I was always stopping, always dropping, and rolling. Absolutely.
Okay. That's a lot
Or
for
just
one
get
best
day.
under your
roller in
table,
Magnolia,
it'll protect
Delaware.
you from
You,
destruction.
did you roll in the hay?
I rolled down hills, down billboards, down fountains,
All the hills.
down museums.
You
I was
did
a roller.
all the hills.
You did not roll down billboards. But that's okay. It is I think it's phenomenal. I think all the beaches should have it, obviously, but Florida is the lightning capital of the world.
Yeah.
I believe
Yes.
it's world. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Hey,
Okay.
Sunnies out there, you got to get on this giveaway that we've got going on. Text the word SUNNY, that's Sunny, to 904-227-4422 so you can stay connected to all things on the Sunny Network.
Yeah, and remember, these giveaways are not necessarily local unless it's a local event. So you can win them, and we will ship it to you.
Ship it. I like it.
Davey will roll right over to the post office.
See how fun, and they love me down there. It's such a good
Yeah,
time.
they do.
Please follow us on Instagram, sunnyst.johns, and Facebook, all one word, sunnyst.johns, and then, of course, on the TikTok, sunny.st.johns. And we've
All
got to give
right.
a special shout out to all these sponsors that made this show possible on the Sunny Network. Meredith, who's leading off the pack?
Okay, thank you to STA Lab, Bailey Group, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39, About Face, Panache, just kidding, Panache, and Zone Cheer All-Stars.
And Great Expectations, Realty and Auction, Flashes and Brilliance, Spice and Tea Exchange, Epic Behavioral Healthcare, and Emma Concert Associations.
All right, don't forget, it's always sunny.
In St. John's, yes. And stay tuned for today at 3 o'clock. We've got Addie coming in studio. We've got a real spicy show planned.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Bye, Sunnies.